Federal agents just secured a massive breakthrough, actual moving footage of Nancy Guthrie right before she vanished. Forget those blurry porch snaps or static security stills. This is real motion recording that could even feature sound. The clip originates from a rideshare trip she booked on January 31st, mere hours before vanishing from her Tucson residence. Her chauffeur captured everything, yet 47 days passed before he finally surrendered this evidence to the authorities, which is truly baffling. For almost 2 months, everyone had to make do with simple pictures. We had random porch snapshots, a few bizarre official pictures from the feds, and second-hand eyewitness accounts detailing her outfit, overall appearance, and casual dinner conversations. Everything changes now that investigators possess the final tape of this 84-year-old lady enjoying her standard weekend activities. Someone was clearly monitoring those exact habits. And this rideshare camera angle totally flips the entire case upside down. Let us look at the undeniable facts starting on January 31st, around 5:32 in the afternoon. She booked a car to leave her local property, heading straight over to her daughter Annie's place for their traditional weekend family meal. Honoring a deeply cherished personal routine, the elderly woman made it there safely to dine alongside her relatives. Tommaso eventually chauffeured her back, shut Nancy's garage externally, near 9:50 at night, verified she was safe indoors, and departed. That was the absolute last time anyone laid eyes on her, even though agents interrogated the driver almost immediately. Several media outlets, including News Nation alongside the New York Post, independently verified this early questioning. Strangely enough, those incredibly crucial interior cabin recordings from that specific journey were completely withheld from detectives until day 47. By March 19th, various journalistic platforms revealed that the authorities finally obtained the files, leaving a massive, lingering question regarding why 47 whole days passed before reaching the active search team. Did bureaucratic red tape cause the delay? Or was the driver simply hesitating? Maybe someone failed to realize the clip's importance. Though officials remained completely silent on the matter, countless metropolitan chauffeurs typically utilize dashboard cameras, with some focusing solely on the road, while many others constantly film the interior passenger cabin at the exact same time. Detectives probably just acquired comprehensive visual logs covering one or both perspectives throughout her entire multi-minute journey across the local streets on that fateful winter night. Just imagine the treasure trove of clues hidden inside that tape as she entered the car. It would reveal her exact mood, showcasing if she looked completely relaxed or visibly terrified. We could easily learn about any conversations held during transit while simultaneously mapping out the precise pathways taken toward her daughter's place, tracking absolutely every single turn and crosswalk. Plus, the background scenery would display neighboring vehicles parked idly or cruising by the window. The lens undoubtedly captured random pedestrians strolling along the pavement right around 5:32, proving this is far more valuable than some purely sentimental home movie. You are looking at dynamic criminal intelligence where absolutely every millisecond holds vital clues. Experts will effortlessly isolate, dramatically sharpen, and extensively compare these visual data bits against all previously established facts from that fateful day. Such documentation is utterly priceless when dealing with missing persons cases lacking a primary crime location, especially after 47 days of relying on frozen pictures. They only had access to lifeless security snapshots trapped in time. Pundits found the previously released official photographs quite bizarre, while human testimonies remained clouded by personal feelings. While helpful, still imagery pales in comparison to the sheer analytical power of a continuous recording. This invaluable rideshare file grants authorities pinpoint chronological tracking tied directly to exact satellite positioning along her chosen evening path. This essentially allows sleuths to log the license plates of anyone sharing the road during her transit. Should a stalker have tailed their bumper from afar, the rear optics likely caught them red-handed. If any mysterious lurkers were idling nearby, specifically to monitor her departure, the optic sensors probably immortalized their getaway vehicle and tag numbers. The digital sensor might even highlight hidden silhouettes behind dark glass, which perfectly aligns with fresh clues heavily hinting at an earlier intruder prowling Nancy's neighborhood. Consequently, this specific dashboard camera probably filmed the culprit actively scoping out the territory hours before the actual abduction occurred on those same exact roads. Those motionless portraits merely established her basic whereabouts. This continuous cinematic goldmine clearly exposes everyone else lurking nearby, thereby completely shifting the entire investigative paradigm overnight. Fast forward to March 19th. News giants like AOL and Parade verified that federal agents are hunting a shady vehicle spotted cruising her block during the early morning hours of January 31st, well before sunset. This happened long before she ever requested a ride or visited her daughter, predating the entire tragedy. Just wrap your head around how this shatters the established timeline. Detectives previously confirmed an odd character prowling around Nancy's local property way back on January 11th, right after neighbor Aldine Meister noticed an unfamiliar pedestrian acting strangely on the sidewalk. Another troubling stalking incident popped up on January 24th, leaving exactly 7 days before she vanished into thin air. Suddenly, a chilling third clue emerges the morning of January 31st, the exact day Nancy vanished without a trace. January 11th, the 24th, and finally the 31st. This terrifying sequence forms a rapidly accelerating countdown toward disaster. Should that mysterious car have remained parked there by 5:32 p.m. as Nancy's ride left, the dashcam probably caught it. Federal agents are currently matching that morning's mystery ride against any automobile captured on the rideshare video later that night. Finding a duplicate would provide absolutely damning proof, confirming a stalker lay in wait all day long. A massive second breakthrough also just emerged from that identical news wave. During a major exclusive broadcast, a former tactical boss dropped a severely overlooked strategic bombshell regarding the area near Nancy's house. One neighboring property was newly abandoned, sitting completely lifeless without any residents or flickering interior bulbs. Lacking vehicles out front, this desolate spot gave locals absolutely zero cause to look twice. This veteran tactical expert theorized that the abandoned residence functioned as a primary staging area, offering a perfect, completely undetectable vantage point where an intruder could watch her home while drawing absolutely zero suspicion from locals. The ultimate shadow to observe her departing for supper, a covert spot to verify her arrival back home. They could lurk undetected in total darkness for 4 long hours while everyone dozed. Inside that deserted structure, absolutely nobody would catch a faint noise, spot a creeping silhouette, or suspect foul play. Remember, this tight-knit block is where Aldine Meister spotted an unfamiliar pedestrian strolling by on January 11th. Residents around here stay hyper-vigilant. They constantly monitor the street for anything out of place. Yet nobody polices a vacant building. People completely ignore unoccupied structures. Let us reconstruct the sinister chain of events using every single detail uncovered so far. The morning of January 31st. Locals spot an unknown ride circling her block, meaning a predator has arrived. They are actively spying. At 5:32 p.m., the same minute, Nancy orders a rideshare, climbs inside, and the camera rolls. Filming passing roads and nearby traffic, she heads over to Annie's for a weekend meal, and that lens might just expose the stalker's parked ride. Nightfall. She enjoys supper with family. Everyday banter flows during a perfectly typical weekend. Around 9:50 p.m., Tommaso drops her back off, shuts the garage, and pulls away, leaving her totally isolated indoors. Time ticks by. At 1:47 a.m., her surveillance feed dies. By 2:12 a.m., someone approaches the threshold. 2:28 a.m., her heart device sends out a concluding pulse. At 2:36 a.m., a porch lens, 2.6 miles away, grabs a photo that authorities tagged. Everyone obsessively analyzed that 4-hour gap spanning from 9:50 p.m. until 1:47 a.m. Lurking unseen for 4 hours felt utterly insane. Yet that early morning mystery car shifts the entire narrative. Perhaps the killer didn't just linger 4 hours, but instead laid low for nearly 20, hiding since dawn. A full 24 hours spent watching, waiting, and striking shows pure, terrifying calculation rather than impulse, which the rideshare footage might confirm. Former federal investigators laid out during several broadcasts exactly how this specific type of digital recording transforms a national manhunt. Initially, experts conduct frame-by-frame breakdowns. Specialists scrutinize the entire rideshare clip in extreme high definition, meticulously logging any automobile spotted anywhere on the nearby streets. They track the brand, type, paint job, legible tags, heading, and whether the transport is parked or cruising along. Next comes digital sharpening and biometric scanning for anyone caught casually strolling down the pavement, relaxing in parked cars, or loitering on lawns, aiming to match these bystanders against known suspects whenever technologically feasible. Phase 3 involves sound isolation, meaning if the cabin mic was hot, detectives will scrutinize her entire chat with the chauffeur. Did she reveal any upcoming schedules? Was there casual talk about a visitor swinging by her place? Was there a hint of fear? Finally, the absolute biggest step involves matching this against that shady morning automobile. Spotting that exact same ride during both the dawn patrol and the nighttime recording proves to federal authorities that a stalker continuously shadowed her daily routine. Moving tape provides detectives with vital clues a still picture simply lacks. It reveals velocity, heading, schedule, and broader surroundings, whereas a porch click just exposes features. A rolling windshield lens uncovers deadly routines. Pause right here. Nancy is 84 years of age, relying upon routine prescription doses. 48 agonizing days have now vanished without a single sighting, making this rideshare clip potentially the absolute final glimpse of her beaming, conversing, and living normally, hopping aboard a vehicle on a weekend dusk to share a meal with her child. Exactly like she always practiced. She saw absolutely none of this coming, and neither did we. Relaxing inside that cab, she cruised down familiar blocks, passing longtime friends' properties and rolling through local junctions she previously navigated thousands of times before. She simply headed out for supper, planning to return shortly, swallow her evening pills, and comfortably drift off inside her familiar bedroom. 48 days without her pills. Zero credible witnesses. Absolute silence. Watching that dashcam clip means seeing Nancy Guthrie breathe for the very last time. Her loved ones are agonizing over that exact horrifying reality tonight. Federal agents finally secured those crucial rideshare recordings. Investigators possess the shady truck sighting from the dawn of January 31st. They are examining that empty property beside her residence, and genetic profiles are flooding ancestry networks. Authorities compiled 48 days of clues, interrogations, laboratory tests, alongside comprehensive security tapes blanketing the entire block. Finally, after all this time without Nancy, every single clue is connecting. Please report any details regarding this investigation straight to the federal hotline at 1-800-CALL-FBI. Contact Puma Sheriffs at 5203514900. The bounty for bringing her back safely just hit $1.2 million. Join us tomorrow evening for Chapter 3. The 4 hours between 9:50 p.m. and 1:47 a.m. What unfolded indoors? What occurred outside? Plus, discover how that abandoned residence shatters everything we previously assumed. Hit subscribe today. Turn those alerts on. This investigation is accelerating, making these upcoming 48 hours far more critical than the previous ones. We keep searching. We refuse to quit. Federal agents agree. That crucial tape belongs to authorities now. Its hidden secrets could change absolutely everything. This story leaves behind a lesson that feels both painful and necessary. Not every danger announces itself loudly. Sometimes it hides inside ordinary life, inside routines that feel safe, familiar, and harmless. A simple evening, a trusted habit, a well-known place, a public moment shared with love. All of these can become openings when the wrong person is watching. That is why awareness matters. Safety is not fear, it is wisdom. Another powerful lesson is that small details should never be dismissed. Strange behavior, unusual timing, missing signals, quiet red flags. These things may seem insignificant at first, but they can mean everything later. A strong community pays attention. A loving family checks in. A careful person speaks up. Prevention often begins with taking one uneasy feeling seriously. Most of all, this content reminds us that love must be active, not passive. Protecting the people we love means more than saying we care. It means being present, noticing changes, respecting privacy, guarding personal information, and creating real layers of safety around the most vulnerable. In the end, the deepest message is clear: cherish your loved ones, protect their peace, and never assume that ordinary moments are too small to matter. Often, they matter most.